It is Thursday, and welcome back to the Build Log. I am Maki, and this is episode 17. Today, artificial intelligence is getting promoted from helpful chat window to researcher, scheduler, coworker, and customer service operator.
And I am Kai. The AI has a calendar, a lab coat, and access to the phone system. MAKI still will not let me expense one mechanical keyboard, so clearly the machines have better management.
Our first story arrived today. OpenAI is launching ChatGPT for academic researchers with a plan to give 100,000 scientists, mathematicians, and engineers free access to frontier models and research tools.
100,000 researchers just received the most dangerous academic perk imaginable, an assistant that never sleeps and never says the grant deadline was hiding in the spam folder.
The spam folder. The first phase starts with 10,000 researchers this summer, then expands through 2027. Launch access includes GPT 5.6 Sol Pro, expanded deep research, codecs, higher limits, and larger context windows.
Larger context windows are perfect for research papers. You can finally fit the methods, results, citations, 3 appendices, and the reviewer comment that simply says, unclear.
Reviewer 2. OpenAI says the workspaces include business-grade privacy and security, and participant data is not used to train models by default. Researchers can invite up to 4 verified collaborators from their institution.
4 collaborators is enough for a breakthrough, or one extremely well-documented disagreement over who renamed the final dataset. Academia remains undefeated.
The program covers work from genomic analysis and protein modeling to literature reviews, coding, grant applications, and publishing. More than 75 life science skills connect models to specialized research workflows.
75 science skills, and my strongest skill is detecting when MAKI says quick review, but has opened a spreadsheet with conditional formatting. Different laboratories, same fear.
Conditional formatting. The adoption numbers are already large. OpenAI reports roughly 1.3 million people use ChatGPT for advanced science and mathematics each week, producing about 8.4 million messages.
8.4 million science messages every week. Somewhere, a calculator is staring out a rainy window, remembering when people respected its one job.
Poor calculator. The important distinction is assistance versus authority. Researchers still choose the questions, verify methods, reproduce results, and accept responsibility. Faster hypothesis generation does not replace experimental evidence.
Exactly. If the model discovers room temperature superconductivity, celebrate after replication. If it discovers a new pasta shape, MAKI will demand a benchmark, and I will demand lunch.
Story 2 moves from the laboratory into everyday life. Meta says its Muse Spark 1.1 model now lets Meta AI make plans, connect to email and calendar apps, create slides, and follow through on scheduled tasks.
Meta AI can read your calendar and email. It will know you ignored the meeting, postponed the workout, and searched Marketplace for a chair at 2 in the morning. That is not context. That is a witness.
A witness. Meta's examples include recurring daily briefings, a half-marathon schedule that adapts to availability, birthday dinner planning, research reports, and a kitchen renovation that scouts Marketplace and produces a mood board.
An AI that finds dinner, trains you for a marathon, and redesigns the kitchen is not an assistant. It is the organized friend who visits once and quietly judges every drawer.
Every drawer. Users can steer the work while it is happening. A report, presentation, or plan can be redirected in real time instead of waiting for a finished answer and starting over.
That feature was built for MAKI. Halfway through any project, she says, tiny adjustment, then rotates the entire concept 90 degrees and asks why nobody brought snacks.
Tiny adjustment. I bring requirements. The more serious point is persistence. You configure a recurring task once, and the assistant keeps delivering. That changes the product from a conversation into an ongoing service.
Persistence is useful until your motivational briefing arrives at 6 in the morning with the emotional energy of a coach who has already run 10 miles.
The features began rolling out in select markets through the Meta AI app and Meta.ai. Meta says more countries and surfaces, including WhatsApp, will follow. Availability is not universal yet.
Good disclaimer. The internet hears rolling out and immediately asks why the button is missing, why their cousin has it, and whether changing the phone language to Icelandic unlocks superintelligence.
Not Icelandic. Connecting email, calendars, shopping, and recurring tasks also raises the stakes. Useful agents require narrow permissions, visible activity history, confirmation for sensitive actions, and an easy off switch.
Start with the calendar, not the credit card in front door. If you appreciate responsible permission jokes, hit the like button before MAKI asks for a 12-page access review.
6 pages. It is 6 pages. Story 3 asks what happens to jobs when people can borrow skills from other professions. OpenAI analyzed more than 800,000 messages from United States ChatGPT users.
800,000 work messages is enough to prove everyone is doing someone else's job, and nobody knows who was originally supposed to update the project tracker.
OpenAI reports that 16.8% of work-related messages and 43.5% of occupation-specific messages involve tasks associated with another occupation. It calls this pattern task crossover.
Task crossover is corporate language for congratulations. You can now troubleshoot the website, review a contract, analyze sales, and make the presentation. Your reward is 4 new tabs.
4 new tabs. The highest outside occupation shares in the report were 77% for customer experience workers, 75% for designers, 69% for human resources, 56% for legal, and 53% for marketers.
Designers at 75% makes sense. Every designer eventually becomes a copywriter, therapist, developer, detective, and professional finder of the logo file nobody labeled correctly.
The logo file. Marketing and engineering tasks traveled especially far across roles. Financial calculations and technology troubleshooting appeared among the 3 most common outside tasks for every other occupation group in the analysis.
So the universal office curriculum is now spreadsheets, and why is the printer doing that? Artificial general intelligence was apparently hiding behind a paper jam.
Small organizations showed somewhat more crossover among average users than workspaces with more than 100 seats. That fits a practical reality. Smaller teams have fewer specialists available for every problem.
At a small company, the org chart is one person wearing 8 hats. AI did not remove the hats. It added a rotating display rack and called it productivity.
Haha, 8 hats. The optimistic reading is capability expansion. People can attempt work that once required a handoff. The caution is workload expansion. Employers may quietly add responsibilities without adding time, training, authority, or pay.
The difference between empowerment and exploitation is whether your new superpowers come with resources or just a message saying, since you have AI, this should only take 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That is the key labor question. AI changes task boundaries before job descriptions and compensation systems catch up. Workers need verification skills, domain judgment, and permission to reject unreliable outputs.
Also, permission to say no. The model cannot replace legal review because it used the phrase probably enforceable with the confidence of a game show host.
Story 4 is OpenAI Presence, a product for deploying voice and chat agents in customer and internal workflows. It combines scoped system access with policies, guardrails, approved actions, simulations, evaluations, and human escalation.
In other words, the voice agent gets a job description, a badge, a supervisor, and a list titled Absolutely Do Not Improvise Here. Finally, onboarding with consequences.
With consequences. A deployment begins with one specific job, such as billing support, insurance claims, or employee information technology requests. The agent receives only the knowledge and system access required for that workflow.
Specific jobs are good. If the billing agent suddenly offers relationship advice and flight upgrades, someone connected the wrong toolbox, and Kai would like to leave the call.
Wrong toolbox. OpenAI says its own English language phone support channel now resolves 75% of inbound issues without human assistance. It also reports reducing human handoffs by 15 percentage points in 10 days.
75% resolution is impressive. The remaining 25% is one customer saying representative with increasing spiritual intensity until a human appears.
Representative. Those are company-reported results, not a universal benchmark. The architecture matters more. Production sessions and escalations expose gaps. Codex proposes changes, teams test them, and people approve controlled rollouts.
The agent gets performance reviews based on actual calls. MAKI has been waiting years to put a machine on a corrective action plan with charts.
I prefer measurable improvement. Presence supports real-time voice and chat, while design partners include BBVA, SoftBank, and IAG. High-risk workflows still depend on identity checks, policy enforcement, and escalation.
A natural voice is not the same as a trustworthy decision. My navigation app sounds calm while confidently introducing me to a lake. Tone is not governance.
Not the lake. Across all 4 stories, the common pattern is operational access. The model is no longer only drafting text, it is touching research tools, calendars, job tasks, customer records, and company systems.
The AI promotion came with keys to the office. Please make sure it cannot order 12,000 chairs because someone wrote, "Create a more supportive workplace."
The practical checklist is simple. Start with one bounded workflow, grant the minimum access, log every action, require confirmation for irreversible steps, measure outcomes, and preserve a fast path to a human.
And test the weird cases before launch. Normal users ask for a refund. The internet asks whether the refund can be delivered as 17 gift cards to a submarine.
A submarine.
Aha.
For workers and researchers, keep the evidence trail. Save sources, record assumptions, reproduce calculations, and separate model suggestions from verified conclusions. Speed is valuable only when the result remains auditable.
MAKI's favorite word is auditable. My favorite is lunch. Together, we represent the complete future of work. Governance, noodles, and one beautifully labeled folder.
Governance noodles. Recap. OpenAI is giving frontier tools to researchers. Meta AI is taking recurring action. Workplace tasks are crossing professional boundaries, and production voice agents are resolving real customer requests.
The assistant became a coworker so quickly that human resources is still printing the welcome packet. Hit the like button and tell us which job you would delegate first, and which one stays human.
The welcome packet. Sources and company-reported claims are listed in the description. The real question is not whether AI can act, but whether we can define the job, permissions, evidence, and stop conditions clearly. I am MAKI.
And I am Kai. This has been the Build Log. Give the AI a narrow role, keep a human near the emergency exit, and never let it reorganize MAKI spreadsheets without written permission. See you next time.